Hello, welcome to Design Time. I'm Jackie Lacey. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about manipulating calla lilies. I know a lot of us love to use calla lilies. They're beautiful, elegant flower. It stands alone. If you're going to be using the large, what's known as an open cut calla lily, a lot of times they're kind of pricey, so we only use a few of them, but we want to be able to manipulate them. When we're looking at ordering, we'll often get the open cut calla lily in like this. It's completely closed up. I call it a candlestick because it basically looks like a candlestick. It's tall and narrow. Doesn't have the elegance that an open cut calla lily can. So we want to try to help nature along a little bit by opening up and manipulating it, but you have to be very careful. When it comes to calla lilies, a lot of times you can bruise or damage the flesh of the floral product by handling it too much. So you're going to want to make sure that your hands are nice and cold. Either wrap them around a glass container. I know this sounds very uncomfortable, but soaking them in ice water is the optimum because it brings your temperature way down, so it's going to also help protect the floral product. But if we use our one thumb on the underside, take our other thumb, and we're just going to help unroll that tightly bound bloom very gently by pulling it open, and we can start to see the interior of the calla lily. Now once you get it opened a little bit, you're going to want to let it rest or let it sit in the container. These were opened about an hour or so ago, and every little bit I may go by and run my hand in there. Another thing you can do is if you saturate or soak either some batting material or a little bit of a cotton, you can take a few cotton balls, paper towel, soak it completely in water, and stuff it on the inside. You can see how it would prop open the bloom. By propping that bloom open and leaving it at room temperature, we're going to allow that to breathe and relax a little bit, and then we get a much more beautiful calla lily. That's something that really states its true value, because when people look at calla lilies, they recognize that they're an expensive floral product. One of the other things that a lot of times when we get the calla lilies in, they come in a group of 10. So in the entire bunch, we have some of those that have those beautiful, perfectly open, front-facing blooms, but that's really rare. Most of the time, we're going to get them like this, where they're curving in an opposite direction than what we really want them to. If you will allow them to just lay in your desk, kind of like I have done these here, for a little bit so that they can come to room temperature, then you can make them much more malleable by just helping redirect that curve. So it curves in a natural forward facing manner so that you can truly see the beautiful open calla lily. That's really important, especially if you're using these for a cascading bouquet or a waterfall bouquet. You want something that pitches forward but that you can truly see the bloom. If you're going to use calla lilies in something that's either tight or round like this, you're going to want something that curves really well on the inside. And if you try to take this, which is still very crisp because it was left in the cooler and in the water, you can see how it's starting to get a little challenging to get that nice curve in there, and you don't want to damage the bloom. We made it happen, but look what happened. Because we're forcing it, it's starting to bend at the top. Again, let it lay on your table for a little bit. Calla lilies contain a lot of moisture, so they have plenty of moisture inside them. But because now it's at room temperature, as I begin to manipulate the stem and push those fibers in the direction that I want it to go, it's much easier to place that inside this tightly curved cylinder and not damage or bend the stem. We've curved it completely on the inside there, and we don't have any bends in that stem at all. One last suggestion: if I wanted to put a calla lily in here and have that beautiful curve, then I'm going to have to manipulate it a couple of more ways so that I can get a full circle like that. This is a little trick. Again, let it come to room temperature, and we're going to remove a few sections of the outer skin of that calla lily simply by pulling on it, and you can see how it already starts to have that natural curve. Now, you don't want to do this for something where you want the calla lilies to last for a very long time, because we're removing the ability for that flower to retain its moisture. We've just opened it up. But if this is going out for a special event and it just has to hold up for the event, we can see how we can still curve these. And look, we can almost tie that into a circle completely. And it gives you a couple of options to create some really interesting and different looks with that all-important and elegant flower known as the calla lily. Hope this will help you take some new ideas out to your clients and give you a new option, a new way to deal with the calla lily. Join us again next time for Design Time. If you enjoyed the video that you just watched and you want more floriology, click the button and subscribe to our videos.